question when we get to that point. You guys ready to rock and roll?
Rock and roll.
So let me ask just a quick sidebar. Let's approve the January meeting minutes. I motion to approve the January meeting minutes. And Beth and Carrie, I'll second that. Awesome. Carrie, sidebar. It's not a very big agenda. Do we have to have a meeting like when it's not a very big agenda? Or can I just send the agenda and say, if you have any questions, text me?
Yeah, I mean, even if we do a quick meeting just to go over the finances.
Okay.
I mean, it could be 5 minutes. Like, there's nothing to plan right now.
Exactly.
You could run down and be done in 10 minutes, and that would be awesome.
Well, yeah. That's what that's what I didn't like know the.
No, I mean, there's no reason to have a big, long meeting if we have nothing on our plate.
Okay, cool. Hey, Jody. Jody got in all by herself like a big girl tonight. Welcome, Jody.
It was really easy today. I don't know. Some days it works, some days it doesn't.
Okay, so very quickly with the treasurer's report, Lois isn't on here, but I was texting all of you regarding transferring that money from our checking into the long-term savings. And we were advised by the state to transfer some of that money, since the checking account, we were getting like 0% interest. But then, Larry chimed in and said how risky it was. So I made the executive decision along with Kerry, Drew, and Lois to go ahead and transfer $13,000 out of the checking into the long-term savings, because
I just want to go back, because when we first made the agreement to transfer, like, I don't know, it was 50%. We were kind of a little bit late to the game because we were indecisive. And what I did was I looked at the other zones. When you go to the exec council, I kind of looked at where they were at, because I mean, even though we do like our awards maybe at a different time, we all do the elementary awards. We all have a conference, So I was trying to look to see, I mean, if in comparison, like us in Nassau zone and us in Southeastern zone, they jumped ahead of us because they did the transfer, which I was like, oh, let's get on that train too, because I wanted to see, in just a little bit of time, a few months, if it was going to make a big difference.
Right.
So that's where, I just sat down and I tried to compare our zone with those two other zones.
Yeah, that's why I took that screenshot of all of them, so you could see where we were in comparison. So that's been done. The money is being moved. So that's so you know.
You did 13,000 out of checking into long-term?
Correct.
Okay.
Laura, did you see someone's in the waiting room?
No. Did you see I also made you guys a co-host?
I've been watching it. I sent them in.
Oh, thank you. Because I'm like, I just saw it come up and then it disappeared.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm curious who Scott is. You see the word Scott. Who's Scott?
Scott. And Patrick's phone.
Introduce yourself.
Well, first of all, Amanda Stallone, hello. Sachem representing in the
Where
house.
is she?
Amanda, put yourself on video.
Yeah. Yeah, Amanda.
She's
Let's
probably
see.
working out
Let's see
as
that
she's doing
face.
this.
Hi, what's up,
There
guys?
she is.
Hey,
Hi, Amanda.
how we doing?
How
Good.
you
How
doing?
are you?
Fantastic.
Glad you joined us.
How's
I'm
Matt
happy
Wells?
to join you guys.
How's Matt Wells?
Is the absolute best.
Tell him that I said hi and I miss him immensely.
I will. He is awesome. He's been doing such an awesome job with our building through COVID.
I'm sure.
And it's
I'm
just
sure.
unbelievable. So
My
I
only
love it
fear
there.
for you is
We're
that he'll move to
repping my
district
Cayuga
office,
shirt.
because he is so good. They're gonna move
Do
him.
not say that. I know. And I'm like,
Knock wood.
knock on wood, but he is so good that, I mean, even if he does, he'll be doing great things anyway. So
Amanda,
you know,
introduce
he's a great
yourself to
guy.
everyone. Tell people what you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda Stallone. I'm a phys ed teacher in the elementary school at Cayuga in Sachem. My second year there, my 7th year teaching. And super excited to finally be teaching on Long Island, which is the dream, right?
Did you go to Dowling?
Yes, I did. Professor
taught
Hamilton,
you.
how are you? Yes, I did.
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm
You're still
fantastic.
exercising and dancing?
I'm still dancing. I'm still exercising. I got my Zumba certification. I got my personal training certification, all good things. So
You were in
You
a
know.
private school, right?
I was in a private school.
Because you called me once and I was telling you stuff. I forgot what though.
Yeah, I was at a Holy Angels Catholic School in Patchogue for
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
And then I was in
And you had to write a
the city.
curriculum,
Wait
right?
a second,
I
Amanda,
did.
I didn't know that you were there because I thought that was Wayne. Didn't Wayne Caldecott take that? Or did you
I don't
take his
know who
spot?
took that. I might have taken his spot.
Okay.
I was there when Mike Connell was the principal. I don't know if he's still there, but he was the principal when I got there in 2013
Way
to
back then.
2015.
Okay.
So
All right,
yeah,
cool.
2013, 2015. So yeah,
Oh,
so that's
well,
me.
welcome, Amanda.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks,
here.
guys. Thank you.
All right, so moving on down the agenda.
Who's Patrick's phone?
Who's back?
I don't
Well,
even
this is
see
the only
that.
way
Is
I
that
can do my
Jen?
attendance. No, Jen has her name. There's a Patrick's phone.
I don't see Patrick's phone.
I see Scott and James Stewart and
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
I think Patrick's phone went away.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so moving down the agenda. So the President's Zone Council meeting, just to go over it one more time, it's amazing how all these people with common advocacies and common passions for health and physical education, it's just constant pulling. And so they finally came up with a new name for Get Moving New York. Spring into Health is the new name. It's going to start March, April, May. It's going to be all inclusive of health, phys ed, recreation, and dance. It's going to be put out through the athletic directors, Bob. So you'll be getting an email, and I'll pass that along to Shannon. It's going to be put out through the ADs, to the teachers, and the way they're going to pick winners is literally out of a hat. There's not going to be rankings first, second, third. There'll just be 2 to 3 prizes per zone, and they'll put all the Suffolk Zone in one, all the Nassau, all the Capital, and so on, and they'll just pick 2 to 3 prizes for each.
For
and they'll-
individual teachers or for individual
So-
students?
So the students and their teachers will get
Okay.
the teachers will get a cash prize. I think we decided on $200 to $300 for
Yep.
the teachers,
Okay.
and the kids will get not only a certificate, but something else, which is yet to be determined. High
Are all
school,
participants getting a certificate?
No.
no. And there's no, like, everyone's getting a T-shirt or anything like that, because that could be really a huge
Expensive.
amount of money. Yeah.
Okay.
High school awards update. I don't know, because Drew is not here. Drew texted me. He has 3 contests today at home. Therefore, he wouldn't be able to make the meeting. So I don't know if the certificates have all been forwarded to the ADs or not. I do know.
Bob,
that
you
they-
know anything about
I
that?
haven't received them yet. I know they said they
Okay.
were on their way, but I haven't received them yet.
We did purchase the medals. So, I wrote that I okayed that expense. It was a little over $1,100 for the medals. So the medals are ordered and paid for. So that's done. Professional awards update. Leslie, there you are.
So Lori and I are going to be doing a little bit of some road trips this week. On Wednesday, Lori is going to present to Desi's wife at Sachem North, correct? Lori, Sachem North?
Correct. Yep.
And then Lori and I are going to go over to Sequoia to present Patty her award for the higher education. On Friday, Lori and I are going to Bay Shore to see Bob, Kathleen, and Jill Pincus at 2:45 in the afternoon. On Saturday, either myself and Lori or just myself, I'm going to Doug's house, the future professional, at 4 o'clock to bring him his plaque. The only
I
one.
can do that with you.
All right, so whoever wants to, because you know what, Lori, just bring me Doug's plaque on Friday too.
Okay.
All right, and then, yeah, Carrie, if you want to do that, that sounds good. The only one I've not heard from my initial outreach a month ago was Ed Knoll, which I'll try to call him directly tomorrow. Other than that, you know, everybody knows that we're going to honor them next January at our yearly dinner. But, you know, again, we want to make sure everybody received their plaque this year. We didn't want to wait the full year. So that's where we're at.
Can we have somebody make sure that we take a picture so that we can blast that out? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to meet, when I meet Jen at Sachem North, I'm trying to get in contact with the principal. I'm sure he'll do it, or since I'm meeting her in the gymnasium, I'll have one of the guys down in the gym.
Lori, if I can get out of my union rep meeting, I'll meet you. I just have to talk to my principal, so.
I just want it to be consistent between all the schools, masks on. I mean, we are.
Yeah, we have to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So masks on for the picture, because I'd hate for it to say, oh gosh, look at these people. They don't have their masks on.
Yep.
So
Yep.
masks on for the
Make
picture.
sure
and the
that you don't have
presentation.
one with like profanity on it.
Okay, okay, okay. Good advice. All right, yeah, so when we take the pictures, let's always have, you know, the masks on. Patty's there, Patty, drinking water out of a wine glass, I'm sure. I'm drinking out of my Mohegan Sun little water here, Leslie.
Hey, Law, I know you said that you couldn't go to the April meeting. Is that still?
Oh, no, that transatlantic cruise was canceled, so I will be going to the April meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. All right, so between Leslie, myself, and Kerry may join in for Doug. I'd like to be there for Doug. He was my student in middle school, so it's kind of neat. He was, you know, so we'll work that out. Professional award nominations.
I have so far the director, an elementary, and a future professional.
Okay, so that was sent out on Friday, correct?
Yep. I have to check on, I'm going to have a high school health.
I wrote that down. You told me last year.
I have to call the state tomorrow because I don't know if she's a member. So I want to see if she's a member first before I send you something. So.
Yeah,
can we nominate people if they're not members?
Well, to be honest with you, I've seen people become members overnight.
Yeah, but you can nominate somebody. They just, you can't send them on to the state level. I thought that was
our rules, but our.
Yeah, I believe our actual nomination form says it, they have to be a member. Is that correct?
Right, but I don't know whenever that was decided, and I just took it from Dan Robinson. But I will be honest that there are people who aren't members and they become members like a week before.
right.
So I guess it's nice to be a member for 3 years, but anyway.
Right. I mean, that was the whole hold up with Desi. Like we decided that needed to be done, and we wanted him to go to the state level too. But you know, that was the hold up with them.
Correct.
And with Colleen and but I thought that we had changed that at our level, that I mean, you could nominate anybody, but then it's who do we select? You know,
the state, you only, yeah. We can, I can only send people to the state with 5 years.
right.
I
Okay,
just feel
so
like
that's.
they should be a member, you know?
Right, but I mean,
They should, but-
you could nominate someone, and then during the selection process, we can, you know, say, well, they're not a member, they haven't participated in anything. I mean, that would really just be part of the selection process.
Right. Right. So,
But Leslie, I had it written from last year, secondary health, so you're on the list.
okay, good. And then, well, secondary health, do you mean high school health? Because remember, we delineated
school.
that between middle
Right.
school and high school.
High school.
Yep.
So do we have anybody
Yep.
from last year that gets rolled over?
The elementary person, John Valenti, had nominated, but too late. So I called him today and reminded him, and he said it kind of triggered when he got the message from the state after I called and asked them to send it out. So I personally sent him the application today.
I can't download that. Nothing pops up down on the bottom.
Really,
Oh.
because when I checked it, it popped up for me.
All right, I'll try it again later.
All right,
It's,
so we're good
I
with that?
use my 10-year-old computer.
All right, Beth, Fit Club. What are you thinking?
So I like the idea of
A
just,
virtual?
yeah, doing a
Hey,
virtual.
where's Amanda? Get her in on this.
Amanda, Sachem was joining us last year. Sachem was coming in last year. I forget which school, but one of them got in last year.
It was,
Yeah, it was,
which
oh
one
my
was it,
gosh.
Tamarack?
No,
What's name your schools? I could tell you.
Brian.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it
Um,
was, yes.
Brian, wherever Brian, yep.
Yeah, wherever Brian is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to go last year. Our athletic director, assistant athletic director is now, she's still at Sachem now.
Yeah.
And then she just got a position for
Massapequa.
head position, which is awesome. Good for her. So, I mean, I'll talk to her and see what we're doing for this year, but virtual sounds
It's
really
not gonna
good.
be in person, so
Yeah.
It's virtual this year, so.
Yeah, so hopefully, I mean, everyone should get involved then. If it's virtual this year, that should be a no-brainer.
So Beth,
put
you
it
wanna
out to
just-
everybody. Yeah, we'll make videos and almost like, I don't think it necessarily has to be on a specific day. It would probably give the phys ed teachers more flexibility. It even will give them a month and say, join us in May.
So we were gonna do like a pre-recorded going through the techniques for all the events without equipment. And then, because some people are still not using equipment, some people don't have it, whatever. So we were trying to figure out how to, whether we use Beth's kids and my kids and just go through a couple different events that we can do. Jump roping, it's pretend jump rope, and
Right.
the tire flip would be like a pretend
Spots.
tire flip. I don't know if you're good with using like green screen stuff. If we could the kids would be obviously imitating us doing a tire flip, but then maybe we could actually be doing the tire flip.
Yeah, or I can see what kind of video I have from last year and I could put almost the background of Fit Club in it.
Yep.
But
I mean, I know I have
the younger ones too, to partake in it, because they don't get to. So it gives second, third graders a chance to also, hey, come join us, this
Right.
is something you'll do, in the future.
What grades? All grades or second to
Whoever,
third?
whatever, I have K to 3, so we don't obviously participate in my building, but I could do it to give the kids a sneak peek of, what they can do when they get into 4th and 5th grade. It's basically just, another workout, but we're just trying to figure out how to put it together.
Well, I know that obviously we've all been virtual since March and there's been a lot of new technology that has come out. So, I mean, we can utilize that. I know home court is a huge thing that's been really, really helpful lately. Getting the kids moving agility wise, speed wise, technique, home court's been really good with that. So, I mean, we could always utilize that, and the kids love to it's virtual. So they're physically moving to the side, touching a cone, moving to the side, touching the cone without any equipment except for the app, which obviously, I mean,
Can I just ask you, are you doing home court on a projector using an iPad or using the website?
So an iPad. Yeah.
Yeah,
or my
I'll-
phone, or my phone. I mean, either way, it's like we've done it with the students that are at home, and if they want to download the app,
Right.
they can, absolutely. But if they don't have to, they can just follow us on the screen. And they seem to be doing that fine. You know, there's been no complaints on, well, I can't download the app. It doesn't really work on Androids, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, they'll have to virtually flip the tire with us. It's the same thing as doing this with us also. They'll have to just follow the screen
Right.
and touch the cones, but to them it's fun.
And
So I
also we
mean,
have to consider too, the schools that don't have, aren't indoors. Like, for example, I'm outdoors. So we're gonna have to, consider that option too, because the ones who do have a classroom or do have a gym, this should work for. But anyone who doesn't, it can still work, but it'll be more maybe like a workout written down that, do this with your kids. A little tutorial for the coach and say, hey, do this or this, 2 options, here you go.
Right. I mean,
Right,
and they don't have
so-
to do it anyway. It's just, we're gonna put it out there and they choose to,
Correct.
if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, whatever.
All right, so you're going to make basically a video introduction?
Yeah.
And will the virtual Fit Club be on any particular day or during this week
I would
or?
say give it, definitely not on a day. I would do it maybe a 2-3 week span, maybe even 4. Give
In May.
flexibility. Only
Okay,
because, it just a lot going on, and just the more flexibility they have, I think the more chance they'd have to do it.
Okay.
It's also like, I hate to bring up the word field day, but, last year was a little bit, I don't know if I'm gonna say easier. We were all in the same boat. We were all teaching from home in June, and our virtual field days were pretty much like post whatever, and the kids had the option of participating or not. This year, everyone's in a different, situation with where they're teaching from, how they're teaching, how often they're teaching. But we could, give that, I don't know if you want to use that as your field day, or just to give people like a different route to go about how, I don't even, I
Yeah.
haven't even brought it up, but like, my field day usually consists of parents and the community, and I don't see that happening.
All right, so
Um,
basically what this is going to look like, it's a video with an introduction showing the various exercises, how you can do it if you're at home, you're in school, or you're hybrid, and giving you an option of 2 to 3 weeks when to do it, and then they'll report back to you, Beth?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I was gonna say too, if we can put together, like, what would be cute is if they could send us pictures or videos, and
yeah,
then
that would be neat.
together,
Okay. All righty. Okay, so, are we good with that? All right. Elementary awards. When I brought it up at the state meeting, everybody was like, oh, same as last year, status quo kind of thing. It was like, no, like
right, but
discussion really.
we did a blanket blank
Certificate.
award, and then what we did was I sent it to anybody who asked about it, and then I let them decide. I mean, they could freaking give it to anybody that they wanted. There was no like, one boy, one girl, one adopted, one. I just gave them the blank one and let them do whatever they want with it. So
Okay. Is that how we're going to proceed this year? Are you going to go through the athletic directors?
well, last year, I mean, we were out in March, which I had already gotten like 3 or 4 different schools that had submitted thinking that we were going to be in person. So we had already started the process. So I contacted them and just said, obviously this isn't going to happen. Here's what we're planning on doing. So there was no like change of plan. I just dealt with the people that contacted
God
me.
bless you.
This year, I think we should send out a blast to the ADs and just attach the awards, you know, I don't need a list of names. I don't have any list from last year. I don't know who got an award. It's going down as a big question mark.
So it's going to be two
So-
per school,
Well,
not
usually we
district,
do
two
one
per
boy,
school.
one girl, and then maybe 2 adaptive students.
Can't use those terms, two people.
Right. So it could be 4 individuals when we're in person.
Right. So,
So
all right.
one, we should probably go back and make sure
Look
that
at
we
that
don't
letter.
have male and female on there anymore. I don't even remember if I took it off last year. I'll have to go back and we can tweak that. But, you know, obviously we would have to send a different kind of a blanket, like information, just, you know, do what you want with it. Here's a blank award. You know, obviously, unfortunately, we would not be able to be in person.
Right.
Hope to see
Okay.
you next year.
Okay.
So we'll need to
All right.
make a new, I don't know, information letter,
Yeah.
and then just go back and maybe change the male and female on the
Right. Yeah, and any pronouns that are in
application
there.
part.
Yeah.
I think it's like
yeah.
4 pages that we have for the elementary awards that go out.
And that's in the Google Docs. That's
In the elementary
All right.
folder, if you're in there and you want to take a look at it, there's like
All
a
right.
parent letter, there's the principal letter, the application,
okay.
and I forget what the 4th one is.
All right, so I'll look at that. Okie dokie. Oh, May meeting. I spoke to Henry. He loves the idea of doing a joint Suffolk Nassau meeting where Beth, you could introduce the FIC Club and possibly get them on board with joining us for the FIC Club. So doing a joint meeting, you know, a Long Island zone rather than being so, you know, divisive and polarized, you know, having us come together as one large zone for that meeting in May. He was pumped. He thought it was a great idea. He thought that Charlie would have probably thought it was a great idea too. I know, Kerry, you had said you had spoken to Charlie in the past and he liked
We
it.
once did a
so.
whole conference with them.
That,
had a
you know,
Long
I
Island
had
conference.
spoke to him about that also. The thing with FIC Club is, you know, we're going from, you know, distances that just, we run into a time crunch on busing. Beth is super organized, but now if we start, I think Southampton, right? What was the furthest school east from you?
I believe it was Southampton.
West Hampton, I think it was Southampton, right?
West Hampton too, but I'm not sure which one's further.
Southampton.
Southampton's further.
Yeah. So, I mean, the busing is tough. You know, we need a certain amount of time to run the events. And with more schools and then coming from a further distance,
Well, there's
that's the
nothing
only,
to say it has to be on one particular day or, you
What if
know.
just, my theory is bring it like we have our Suffolk and work with them to have a Nassau, and then
that's what I
pick
say.
the top winners and put them together. That'd be
There
fun.
you go. That'd be fun. Have a
Oh,
Long Island Fit Club.
Long
Yeah.
Island Championship.
Championship. Yeah, I
That's
like it.
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
way better.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's cool. So, you know, we'll
Like
leave that
top 5,
open.
top 5.
Yeah. So I'll continue talking to
Okay.
Henry about that. Our next meeting dates are listed
Lois
there.
is in. I
And
think
then,
Lois just came in.
oh, hey Lois. Oh, there she is. Wait, she's connecting to her audio. Amanda, I just sent you the agenda on your Sachem email, and that has the
Yes.
CTLE link to it. Because you're probably the only person on there that I didn't
Beth needs
send that
it.
to. I
Yes.
sent it on the agenda,
I saw.
Beth. Yeah. Which I'm not allowed to do evidently. I got reprimanded by Lisa Corbett and Lisa Reardon. I'm supposed to wait till the end of the meeting to give you that.
Oh my gosh.
Oops. All right, so question from Shannon. Let me go to my, so Shannon wants to know, she wants to know if there's any update on the Suffolk medals for the high school award winners. Just that they've been ordered. I know they haven't been distributed as of yet, correct? Since Drew's not here, we don't know.
Yeah.
Just I know Lois and I approved for them being purchased. That's the only thing I know about that. And then I guess I'll contact her in regard to the rollout of the elementary awards through the ADs. What else were we doing, Bob? What else did we volunteer the ADs for?
Mini grants come up in March. We
Mini
start
grants
that.
coming out. Nominations, if there's any way we could get the COA involved in some nominations of different, we don't want nominations just coming from our executive board. If we could get nominations coming from different schools, updating our membership would be awesome. So,
I just texted Drew to see if he could maybe like text me a brief update.
yeah, I just know he has, like I said,
Yeah.
he had 3 things going today, so.
He'll call me later, apologize, and yeah.
There you go. Any new business? Nope.
I would say the new business would be to try to fill in some spots that we need filled
On the executive
on
board.
the exec board, yeah.
Well, the only open spot is a president-elect. Hello, Beth. Who's over here? Like if we
Amanda,
Brady Bunch, it would be over there. Over there. Beth with the Afghan that someone's grandma probably
Why is she
crocheted. It's
hiding?
very nice. Hi, Bob. Here's a volunteer.
Oh, there's Puppy.
president-elect, and then did you fill the future professional on there?
The future professional was the young man from
The
Cortland.
new guy?
New guy who's not here right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Anything else for the good of the order? All right,
We went
so
to the, did you want to hear about the NASA Zone Conference? Did anyone go besides a couple of us?
well, Beth presented,
yeah.
right?
Oh, well, Beth, yeah, it was amazing. And somebody else in another session that I think the next day mentioned how good you are
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
on
Yeah.
social and emotional learning. I wrote it down in my notes.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was good because I went to a workshop in Australia.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. I mean, I love all, and the speakers were great.
Yeah.
And I
And
found
they
the,
had like 30 something presentations, correct? Didn't they have a lot of presentations?
Yeah, and the recordings are out, so anybody
Where-
who's a member can
Where did
sit
you
through
see?
them.
where did you see the recordings? I kept looking for them. I didn't see them yet.
We got it in an email.
Yeah.
I'll email it to your
Oh,
school.
maybe if you are registered. Did
Yeah,
they
it-
send out the email to everybody or just to the people that are registered?
Probably
I did register.
to
They gave me
the
free
registered.
registration.
Patty and I were talking earlier, Patty Broderick and I were talking earlier that our conference upcoming in November, is that something we want to emulate? That something what they did in Nassau as opposed to what we did this past November? Is that something that we're looking to do?
The only thing I have to say, which was difficult, and I know they're going to fix it for last year, is they had all the presenters on one link. So for example, there was a session going on and me and Lori came in. So they're still going on. It wasn't like a separate link for my session. So when I came in 10 minutes early, I'm in the middle of someone else's presentation. And if
Oh.
they run late, it goes into my time. And then I go into someone else's time. So we actually had to cut ours early just out of-
Early, yeah,
for the next group.
right.
So that I would always say,
So
and I told them
that's
to get boards.
because of the whatever platform that remember we had to like purchase something to even do the platform that we were using, and then somehow they finagled it that like
We all share
split
it.
our cost with another zone.
Yeah, us, Capital and Nassau all share a Zoom subscription for
Yeah.
large.
So
Yeah.
it's the number of, I don't know what you want to call it, rooms that your subscription can hold, and the number of participants. So it's
Is that-
kind of difficult to determine how many you're going to need.
Right.
Oh, ours, I think it's like sometimes it's 100 participants per session.
Right.
Where I was like, we're gonna have more than 100. Like we have to update that so that it's like 250 or 500.
Beth,
So-
did they require cameras to be on for the Nassau zone?
Yeah, it was recorded.
It was recorded, but no, they did not make participants put the camera on, no.
So you had a bunch of circles with people's initials.
Yeah, I would say
and
you had like,
CTLE credits.
yeah, you had one screen with people on video, and then the rest of the screens were not.
Call me crazy, but I think we have a shot to do something in person in November. If things continue the way they're going. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to have our regular giant conference that we have, but I think if there's a way that we could do something in person, I don't know about all of you. I'm done with.
I would rather do that.
I'm ready for some, if we can. It doesn't have to be a giant conference like we do where we have 10 different things at each time session. But if we can offer something in a safe way, even if we are still in mask, just to get away from this Chromebook would be greatly appreciated, I think, by a lot of
Maybe
people.
give people the option of tuning in live. Like we can do main presenters live. And if we can only have 500 people, then guess what? It's first come, first serve. And, the districts that get theirs in first, I mean, obviously, like, we're probably going to have to revisit this like in August and see where we're at. But I did get a very strange, what were we doing at Pat Med, the elementary awards? I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a letter in my mailbox today about asbestos abatement at Pat Med. And I couldn't figure out why. And I think because my name must be on like a building usage form.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't know if they think that I'm still going there in May. I might have to call them and tell them that that's not happening. But yeah, I got that in the mailbox today. I'm like, what is this about?
Right. Okay.
So we
Alrighty.
still have money invested in Pat Med that we rolled over to this year. I'm gonna have to roll that over again. Lori, I might need you to call Pat Med and just make sure that they can roll that over for another year. They might
Okay.
have to cut us a check.
Who is the AD in Pat Med?
Ryan Cox.
Ryan Cox.
How do you spell his last name?
Cox, C-O-X.
Thank you. Okay.
Health teacher.
Inappropriate. Okay, AD.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if
Pat
I like, with school districts and their money,
Okay.
if they're gonna have to reimburse, cut us a check, because that was an option last year, and I just told them to, last May, I
Okay.
was like, roll it over to next year.
All right, I wrote
Not
myself a
thinking that
note.
we would be in this situation still.
Okay, cool. All right. Are we good to go? All right, guys, well, be safe. I miss you all. I miss our kibitzing with each other. So the
Thank you.
next meeting
Thank you.
will be on
Thank
March
you.
22nd.